Thank you for joining me for this Pitta pacifying breath practice. So for those of us that have a lot of Pitta in our Ayurveda constitutional type, in our prakriti, we call it, there's a tendency for things to heat up, of course, in the body and in the mind, because the main element is the fire element. And this can mean that, when Pitta is balanced, there's a lot of focus, there's a lot of energy, concentration, the right amount of determination and motivation to move things forward. But I'm sure you have a little Pitta in your constitution that you know that can also get a little out of hand and start to take over. So it's just difficult to switch off and everything starts to get a little bit intense. Maybe there's like this intensity, this gritting the teeth, this drive that it's hard to rein in. And maybe in the body that starts to manifest as more heat in the body, maybe inflammation in the joints and the gut. So it's really valuable to have a simple practice like the one I'm going to show you, to just help soften everything and relax that everything and just come home to some kind of calm and ease. All right. So, but we're going to start to help connect with the body and to help connect with the breath. We'll move a little to begin with, okay? So please, can you come onto hands and knees? If you need a little extra support for your knees, if they're sensitive, then maybe take a blanket, fold it out, and rest the knees on that, okay? Cat-cow practice to start with. We always make sure we have the lower back not flattened out, a little in neutral. And then we'll tuck the toes under and we're going to exhale, draw the belly and round the back. Bring space across the back. Point the toes back and relax the belly and feel your breath moving up the front of your spine as you lift the chest forward and up. Head follows the movement of your spine. Exhale, tuck the toes, draw the belly in. Again, we're still feeling the breath traveling along the spine, the front of the spine. As you inhale and as you exhale. The inhale relaxes the belly and lifts the chest forward and up, dipping the back. Let's do 3 more. So with your inhale and your exhale, it's like your breath starts at the tailbone, moves all the way up the spine, to the very top of the spine at the base of your skull. One more. Good. After your next exhalation, please slip the toes back and sit back on your heels. And reach your hands forward, keeping your arms long. On an inhale, we'll come on to hands and knees. Smooth movement. Still feeling the breath traveling up the front of the spine as you inhale. As you exhale and sit back on the heels, feel the belly draw back. Chest surrenders to your thighs. Forehead to the thighs. Let the breath bring you up. Let the breath leave. So your mind already starts to relax. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do one more. And exhale, sitting back, drawing the belly in. Good. When you inhale, come on to hands and knees. On an exhale, we're going to bring the knee towards the forehead. And on an inhale, we're going to take the leg back and up and lift the gaze. And exhale, bring the leg down. Take a breath in. Exhale, left knee to forehead. Inhale, take the leg back and up so the heel is above hip height. And exhale, bring the knee down. Inhale, right leg. Sorry, yeah. Let's lift the leg up and back. And then we'll bring the knee to the forehead. And we'll bring the leg down. Yeah, let's do it now. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to forehead. Place the knee down. One more to each side. Inhale, right leg. Try not to hike the right hip up. Keep the hips spread onto the floor. Exhale, knee to forehead. Bring the knee down. Left side. Exhale, knee to forehead. And bring the leg down. Well done. Sit back on the heels. Take an adjustment breath. You can cross the ankles if it's not so comfortable to sit like this. And then release. And we'll come over onto the back with the knees bent and the feet flat. Take a moment to feel your back dropping into the floor. Jaw soft. And you soften the frown between the eyebrows. Soften across your forehead. So already there's a sense of relaxing the effort, surrendering everything up to gravity. Good. Let's take the arms out to the side. And take an inhale, comfortable inhale. And then we'll lower both knees to the right. Inhale the knees up for a 3 or 4 count inhale. We'll take both knees over to the left on the exhale. Inhale, bring the knees up. Exhale, maybe this time you turn your head to the left, away from the knees as the knees lower to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, gaze to the right, knees to the left. Inhale. Good. This time as you take the knees to the right, could you do a 5 count exhale? Inhale, knees from head to center. And then knees to the left, head to the right, 5 count exhale. Inhale to center. Let's work with 6 count exhales. Inhale. And 6 count exhale to the left. And inhale. Very nice. Release the arms into the Shavasana position. Soften the back into the floor, the shoulders, the face. Scan your body a moment for any unconscious gripping, tensing, and soften that, like all your muscles just melt down towards the floor, giving themselves up to gravity. And then please reach your right arm overhead and let's roll onto the right side. And rest your head on your arm a moment. And then we'll sit up for the breath practice. If it's uncomfortable for you to sit upright, if you feel a little fatigued or depleted, or you really need to lie down, then you can do this practice lying down with the knees bent. To support you to sit up, I would lift the hips a little, so I'm going to take my folded blanket and sit on the edge of that. Helps me to keep that natural curvature in the lower spine and to keep the spine quite effortlessly lifting upright. And then take the seat that is comfortable for you. Also, of course, if it's not comfortable to sit on the floor, you can come to sit on a chair. A little bit forward of the back of the chair so you're not slumping into it, and with the legs uncrossed and the feet flat. Okay. And then close the eyes, resting your hands on your knees. You get a sense that your spine quite effortlessly is lifting upwards. Feel your spine may be quite light. Relax the shoulders down the back. Relax your face. And then you bring your awareness to your breath. And maybe after that short little movement practice, breath is maybe a little more free, maybe. What we want to do here with this practice can counter that Pitta tendency towards efforting, even over-efforting, overdoing, pushing. We want to let the breath, if we can, be completely natural. So we're following the movement of the inhale through the nose into the belly. And we're following the movement of the exhale out from the belly and out through the nose. We're just letting the breath happen. So we're neither pulling the breath in, nor pushing the breath out. Can you get a sense now, we'll shift it, we'll take it a step further. Can you get a sense that your breath actually, your inhale actually, is moving up the front of your spine, just like we practiced in the movement sequence. Your exhale, it's like the belly just relaxes back. As each inhale travels effortlessly up the front of the spine, the spine quite naturally becomes a little lighter, a little longer, taller, without you having to do anything. And then you're relaxing into your exhale and feeling the belly relax back quite effortlessly. And often what happens when we're tense and we're stressed and we're trying to drive things forward and make them happen, and we're gritting our teeth, we hold on to the very last part of our exhale. That's where we hold our stresses. So whilst we allow the inhale and the exhale to be completely effortless and arising of their own accord, You now add another element to your practice, which is at the end of your exhale, your natural exhale. Just see if you can exhale a little bit more, so you assist. And then the inhale is effortless. Exhale is effortless. And then you add a little assist, pushing out any remaining breath, drawing the belly back. Inhale, effortlessly moves up your spine. Exhale, effortlessly releases apart from that very last part where you assist. Let's continue like this. And can you get a sense of surrendering to that very last part of your breath? Doesn't matter how your inhale or your exhale actually is for this practice, as long as it's natural, effortless. And letting the inhale be naturally arising. It's as if we're practicing this kind of releasing of the intensity, releasing of the effort so that we can receive. Just as we receive maybe the fullness of the inhale. Still assisting that extra last bit of exhale. Maybe even allow a 1 or 2 count pause at the end of your exhale. Before your inhale begins. Effortless inhale. Effortless exhale. With a little assist and then maybe a pause in the last part of your exhale. Let's do 2 more like this. Good. And then after the next exhale, please relax the breath. Relax the whole practice. And please come to lie on your back in the Shavasana position. So if you're not familiar with the corpse posture, so you lie back like a corpse, with the feet a little more than hip distance apart, and the arms and hands a little more than shoulder width apart. And rest here for at least a few minutes. In the quiet, the stillness, and perhaps the spaciousness, the inner space that the breath practice has revealed to you. And stay here for the next few minutes, 5, 10 minutes even if you have time. This is a fantastic practice for you to do in the mornings to set your nervous system, your body, your mind in a good kind of balanced place ready for the day ahead. And also at the end of the day in the evening to unwind and release any stress or agitation in your system. Enjoy the Shavasana, the relaxation. Thank you for joining me.